How can you illustrate without using the conventional tools like paints, crayons, pencils, and papers? What do Australian doctors have to learn from their Israeli colleagues? And can our blood vessels compose music? All the answers right after this. Shalom and welcome to Israeli Salad. First, let's meet an artist whose work has been seen in the pages of Time Magazine, Newsweek, Rolling Stone, The New Yorker, Atlantic Monthly, Entertainment Weekly, The New York Times, and the Israeli Arutz newspaper. Yasser Arafat, Larry King, Fidel Castro, and Bob Dylan are just a few of the characters whose personalities have been exposed through Hanoch Piven's unique illustrations. The 4th annual Comics and Animation Fair recently took place at the Tel Aviv Cinematheque. The fest featured comic books, animated films, and a number of workshops. Artist Hanoch Piven, who has a unique method of illustrating caricatures, led one of these workshops. Piven creates what he calls loaded portraits, portraits with meaning, by creating a 3-dimensional collage using whatever objects he finds appropriate.
George W. Bush, I made him with the bazooka wrappings, bazooka bubble gum wrappings, and with a dart that you play in pubs, the type of dart that you play in pubs.
At the beginning of a new assignment, Hanoch sits down and absorbs all he can about the new personality he'll be illustrating.
Research is always the key, and reading a lot about the person, and also visual research, trying to get a lot of getting myself familiar with the person that with the character, with the object that I'm drawing.
Once Piven feels comfortable and familiar with the subject, he begins searching for appropriate items.
And basically, the moment of creation is then. When I have all the objects, I know the face, then I start playing with them. And then it's where what I call the accidents start happening. Coincidences, let's say, that suddenly this object is standing next to this one. And you say, oh my God, this is a good combination. And any good creative process has a lot of good accidents. The goal of the artist is to realize which accidents are good and which ones aren't.
The portraits reflect the essence of the person Hanoch is illustrating, sometimes in such a minimalist way that a blank face needs only a mouth to define the personality. For example, Clint Eastwood with his bullet mouth.
If you look at Einstein, my Einstein, the idea is really the idea, the light bulb in the nose, which is a synonym, it's a metaphor being used in comics, in animation, in cartoon for a good idea. But again, you can have the idea of using the light bulb, but it's a question of finding the right light bulb, it's a question of painting it in the right color, Especially in Einstein, when you look at the gears that are being used for the eyes. So I really looked for many, many gears until I found those that have sort of give the impression of the skin hanging below the eye.
Piven has a collection of hundreds of objects in his studio. Toy trucks, planes, screws, springs, and an assortment of mysterious objects. When he lived in Tel Aviv, his studio was near the flea market, which proved a good source for all sorts of odds and ends.
The objects that I choose look like something in the person, but also conceptually useful, meaning that they should, a person that I think that is aggressive, I would choose aggressive objects. A person that I think is very sweet, I would choose sweet objects.
Hanoch Piven, originally from Uruguay, grew up in Israel and learned art in the School of Visual Art in New York. Today, Piven lives in Spain, and as he says, he is there to take a break, to stop dealing with politics.
For me, working in Israel is always more emotional, and working outside of Israel is more professional in a way, just because there is less emotion involved.
When he deals with politics, Piven sometimes uses very harsh materials.
Regarding Sharon, I used ground beef, raw ground beef for him to me, Sharon is a warrior. Is a warrior that has been fighting all his life, being involved in war. And to me, that portrait symbolizes that sort of basic jungle rules of like hunting and being hunted. I think in a way it's a metaphor for more than Sharon. It's a metaphor for the country, for this type of endless bloody battle.
Working with children in the comics and animation fair, Piven feels that he is giving the children more tools through which they can express themselves artistically.
Many times kids tend to say, well, I can draw, I don't know how to draw, and that's a way of objects, working with objects, with collage is a way of creating without facing that frustrating moment of standing with a pencil and not being able to draw, which is what happened to me eventually, in the past. To me, the objects were an escape from the suffering of drawing.
The Hadassah University Medical Center has achieved a global reputation for excellence in caring and curing. The center is distinguished by its innovative approach to complex medical problems. The Hadassah Medical Center is now bringing pride to Israel by exporting Israeli medicine expertise abroad. The Director General of the Medical Center recently signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Melbourne's Alfred Hospital. On the line with me now is Dr. Kim Hill, Executive Director of Medical Services at the Alfred Hospital. Shalom, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, thank you.
So tell us about this special project. What's bringing the hospitals together?
We think there's a great deal of similarities between our two hospitals. The Alfred is a tertiary referral hospital in Melbourne with a number of statewide services in transplantation, burns and haemophilia, but we're also the busiest trauma centre in the state and probably in Australia. By working with Hadassah, that we've got a lot to learn from each other in clinical care around trauma services and lots of opportunities to share in research and other initiatives.
So how will you learn from each other?
We can always learn by sharing experiences and by staff talking to each other or sharing common protocols or sharing common experiences, and also by doing common research projects. From what I understand about Hadassah and the Alfred, they're a very strong focus on research and very active research programs, and I think that's a real opportunity.
Dr. Kim Hill from the Alfred Hospital in Australia, I hope the research will stay theoretical and no one will need the trauma treatment. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. We appreciate the invitation.
You are watching Israeli Salad on Israel National TV.
When Dr. Benjamin Gavish's wife visited him in his office back in 1987, she complained about a headache. Using a small blood vessel monitor that he developed, Dr. Gavish found that in his wife's blood vessels there was a state of intense rhythmic movement. Being a ballroom dancer at the time, Gavish thought, why not try to use music to match these movements? When he played the music, he was surprised to discover that the blood vessels followed the external rhythm. This dance of the blood vessels, as he calls it, is what brought him to invent the respirate. The fast-paced world we live in can be sometimes stressful. All this tension and stress is absolutely not good for our health. An Israeli invention helps treat hypertension and fight heart problems through the music of breathing. Respirate is the first medical device approved for the treatment of hypertension. Dr. Benjamin Gavish, the inventor of Respirate, explained the main idea behind this device.
We can change rhythmic processes in the body by using rhythmic sound or other rhythmic signals.
The machine has a respiration sensor which detects the patient's breathing. According to the pattern of the breathing, the device plays music that is only a little different from the patient's pattern of respiration.
So in that case, I inhale and exhale at a certain way, but the music makes me, if I follow the music, breathe slower and with longer exhale.
The American Food and Drug Administration was satisfied with the performance of the Respirate and actually approved the device More than once.
And so FDA approved it twice. Once as a prescribed device that, of course, required doctor prescription. And later, since it had no side effects, it approved as over-the-counter device. And it is approved as adjunctive treatment of hypertension.
Okay, so this is the machine.
This is a machine. Now,
it won't electrocute me or anything.
no,
it's safe. FDA twice, you said.
It's safe and pleasant.
Okay. Basically, this is what does it.
This is a sensor that when you breathe, you stretch the belt, and it is sensed by the sensor, and so
basically, I'll be composing music.
Your body is both the composer, orchestra, and dancer.
Wow.
So all in one person.
Okay.
Please have a seat.
Okay, I'm ready.
Now we turn it on and you breathe normally.
Okay.
Breathe normally, and the device will detect first breath, second, third, fourth. Now the device knows you. Start composing music. It is written that you breathe 11.1 breaths per minute. Now follow. In, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We have a natural tendency to synchronize on some rhythms. So you synchronize on your own rhythm and pattern, but a little bit modified. And then it changes the music, and then you again synchronize. So it creates a loop that guides you effortlessly. And why effortlessly? Because you do what you can. And so this is something that you cannot mimic by instructions. There are no instructions here. It is just a flow.
You can say, okay, I will convince myself to breathe slow and deep, but you cannot do it without this equipment, because this is, you have to sit 10-15 minutes. It's not a relaxant equipment. It teaches you how to breathe correctly and improve the hemodynamic of the circulation.
Lily and Yona started using the Respirate after suffering from high blood pressure. The device, which she uses on a regular basis, improved her condition significantly. But Lillian's new device turned out to be useful for her husband Roni as well.
My husband is not suffering from high blood pressure, but lately he felt very strange.
We checked my blood pressure and saw that it reached levels that I never encountered.
So I told him, why don't you use it for a start, to see, before taking medicine, because once you start taking medicine, it's for life.
I used the machine for 7 months, and every day I checked my blood pressure. After 7 months, I saw that my blood pressure was stabilizing. I stopped using the machine, and since then my levels are normal.
Dr. Gavish feels that the Respirate is yet another technological development which affirms that Israel has a lot to contribute to the world of science.
The device is 100% Israeli. It was invented in Israel, developed by a gifted team of technologists, and manufactured in Israel.
Please send your comments, ideas, and questions to the Israeli Salad email, yoni@israelnn.com, or leave a message on the Israeli Salad voicemail at international dialing code 972-3918-5554. That's 972-3918-5554.
That's all for this week. Be sure to tune in next week for another program. We'll end with the music video clip Chazak Amenu, We Stand as One, featured on Israeli Salad 37. This song expresses solidarity with Israel and can be called a Jewish We Are the World, as more than 50 singers got together to record this song. So enjoy the music, and until next time, shalom from all of us here at Israel National TV.
Another siren wails, just an ordinary day.
Was it anyone I know? How can life go on this way?
Chazak v'nit chazak,
we sing the words out loud
to strengthen one another.
Together, standing proud.
Chazak, chazak,
we stand as one.
Chazak, chazak,
we must be strong.
Chazak, chazak, we will go on.
Yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom.
Chazak v'nitchazak ve'ad amenu uve'ad orei
Elokeinu.
V'nis chazak
bi'ad ameinu
uleman arei
Elokeinu.
Chazak, chazak,
Stand as one.
chazak, chazak, we must be strong. Chazak, chazak,
We will go on.
Yaseh shalom.
I say shalom b'naimav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'achad Yisrael
Ve'imiru
Be great, be strong.
כולנו כל אחד
Be brave, be strong.
צריך להיות חזק,
Be brave, be strong.
נמשיך להאמין.
One heart, one soul.
חזק, חזק, we stand as one. חזק, חזק, we must be strong. We stand as one, we must be strong. We will go on.
Say shalom.
חזק, חזק, we stand as one.
Together we are strong. Be strong. Be brave, be strong. We will go on.
Yaseh